Hello students, in this class we are starting with the microbes as a biocontrol agents. In the last class only we have discussed biopesticides. Under biopesticides there are two groups, bioherbicides and bioinsecticides. You know what are bioherbicides and also the examples. Now we will discuss bioinsecticides. Yeah, what are bioinsecticides? So bioinsecticides are those biological organisms which are used to control the harmful insects. The biological organisms which are used to control the harmful insects are called bioinsecticides. The name only indicates bio. We are using a biological organism, insecticidal, to kill the insects, especially harmful insects. So here the harmful insects are killed with the help of some biological organisms. They are only called as bioinsecticides. Let me define once again. Bioinsecticides are those biological organisms which are used to control the harmful insects. So for this bioinsecticides, the best example is Bacillus thuringiensis, which can be simply written as a BT. It is nothing but Bacillus thuringiensis. It is one of the good and effective bioinsecticide. Let us discuss why it is an effective bioinsecticide. So Bacillus thuringiensis, you know, Bacillus, it is a rod-shaped bacteria. Yeah, even this Bacillus thuringiensis, it is a gram-positive rod-shaped bacteria and a soil-borne bacteria. It is a gram-positive and rod-shaped bacteria, which is a soil-borne bacteria having insecticidal application or insecticidal property. Insecticidal, which means which can able to kill the insects. So this one having insecticidal toxin proteins. This Bacillus thuringiensis, it has insecticidal toxic proteins. They are called as endotoxins. Try to remember, the Bacillus thuringiensis is a gram-positive, rod-shaped, soil-borne bacteria having insecticidal toxic proteins which are called as endotoxins. And these endotoxins which can able to kill the larvae of insects belonging to three orders. So when you study the animal kingdom, you will come to know different classes, different orders, etc. So these endotoxins are effective against the larvae. In the life cycle of an insect, you will come across the larval stage or caterpillar stage. So these endotoxins can able to kill the larvae of insects, and those insects are mainly belonging to three orders, namely Lepidoptera, Diptera and Coleoptera. So the endotoxins, they can able to kill the larvae of insects belonging to Lepidoptera, Diptera and Coleoptera. So which are the examples which are included in Lepidoptera? Here butterflies, Biston Betularia, all these are examples for Lepidoptera. You know butterfly, Biston Betularia, that you will study in the chapter evolution under the topic industrial melanism. Yeah, that Biston Betularia is also included in Lepidoptera. And this Diptera includes mosquitoes, fruit fly, housefly. So all these comes under Diptera. And this Coleoptera includes beetles. You know ladybird beetles. Similarly, different types of beetles are included in Coleoptera. So these are the three orders and these endotoxins are effective against the insects belonging to these three orders. So among them, the common insects are bollworms. So these bollworms are the common insect pest for the potato, brinjal, groundnut, maize, tomato, chickpea, etc. So in all these plants, we can see a common insect pest called as bollworm, and these endotoxins are effective to kill these bollworms larvae. So how they can able to kill these bollworms? See, this BT, Bacillus thuringiensis bacteria, these are available in sachets. sachets like shampoo sachets. Likewise, these Bacillus thuringiensis they are available in sachets as dried spores. They appears like a dried spores or like a powdery in nature. So those dried spores they are mixed with water and sprayed upon the vulnerable plants. So which are the plants? As I said, the chickpea, groundnut, tomato, maize, etc. So all these plants having an insect pest called as a bollworm. So on those plants you will be spraying this Bacillus thuringiensis as it is available in sachets as dried spores mixed with water and sprayed upon the plants. So when you spray these Bacillus thuringiensis on the plants, the pest, this bollworms, those insect larvae which mainly feeding upon the plants. So while feeding upon the plants, this Bacillus thuringiensis which will be present over the plants, so those Bacillus thuringiensis will also be eaten by the insect larvae. Because insect larvae mainly feeding upon plants, while eating the plants, it also eats this Bacillus thuringiensis. So when this Bacillus thuringiensis enters into the larvae in the gut region, in the insect, you will know hind gut, mid gut, likewise. In the gut region, this Bacillus thuringiensis produces toxins called as endotoxins. So they are initially present in Bacillus thuringiensis, but after they are entering into the gut region, in that gut region, the endotoxins are released and the larvae get killed. So that is how they can able to kill the larvae of insects. And you will study about this Bacillus thuringiensis, these endotoxins in detail in the biotechnology chapter. Now this much is enough. So the endotoxins are released in the gut region so that the insect larvae is killed. But very interestingly, these endotoxins or this bacteria Bacillus thuringiensis can kill only the larvae or caterpillar, but it does not cause any harm to other insects. It is effective only against the larvae, but it will not cause any harm to other insects. So that is very, very important. And this Bacillus thuringiensis actually nowadays, due to the development of methods in genetic engineering, these Bacillus thuringiensis toxins which are extracted and introduced in certain plants. And those plants have resistance against these pests, pathogens and insects. So nowadays in the genetic engineering, as the developmental methods have been increased, due to that the Bacillus thuringiensis genes have been introduced in plants, and those plants have resistance against the insects, pests, etc. For that best example is BT cotton. BT cotton is one best example for transgenic plant. Yeah, you will study again about BT cotton in the biotechnology chapter under the heading transgenic plants. Yeah, this BT cotton, it is introduced with this Bacillus thuringiensis genes and which is resistant over several pests and pathogens. That is about BT cotton. So this completes about bioinsecticides, but here we have discussed only the bacterial species. Even there are some fungal species. Yeah, many number of fungal species are also used as bioinsecticides. So here we have discussed bacterial species. Even fungal species are also used as bioinsecticides, such as Trichoderma, herzianum and Trichoderma rhizii. So these are the fungal species. Trichoderma herzianum and Trichoderma rhizii. These are fungal species which are actually a free living fungi and which are mainly used as biological controlling agents which are used against many pathogens and many plant diseases like root rot. You may heard about root rot, stem rot, rhizome rot, fruit rot and wilt. So to treat all these plant diseases, we can use a fungal species called as Trichoderma herzianum and Trichoderma rhizii. And these trichoderma, the trichoderma which can able to kill certain insects by releasing toxins called as trichodermes. So these are the toxins which are produced by Trichoderma species. And these trichodermes can able to kill the insects. So that is important. So here we are using fungal species like Trichoderma hertzianum and Trichoderma resi. These are free living and which are used to control many pathogens and diseases, plant diseases like root rot, fruit rot, etc. And they releases toxins called as trichodermes. And by using these fungal species or by using Trichoderma species, the crops like groundnut, chickpea, sunflower, they are successfully protected with the help of Trichoderma species. So that is about the Bacillus thuringiensis and fungal species Trichoderma. And we have one more type of organisms in this. They are called as baculoviruses. So till now we have discussed bacterial species, fungal species. Now we are discussing about viruses. Yeah, baculoviruses, these are the pathogenic viruses which are known to control or which are known to kill many insects and other arthropods. So these baculoviruses, they are pathogenic viruses used to kill many insects and other arthropods. And majority of the baculoviruses, they are mainly used as a biological controlling agents and they are included under the genus Nucleopolyhedroviruses. So you may heard about retroviruses. Likewise, these baculoviruses are included in the genus Nucleopolyhedroviruses. And these are excellent organisms. The baculoviruses are excellent organisms because they are species specific. And they are narrow spectrum and they have insecticidal applications. Insecticidal property or insecticidal application. So try to remember, baculoviruses are excellent organisms for species specific, narrow spectrum and insecticidal property. So species specific means these are effective against a particular species. So that is called as species specific. And narrow spectrum, you studied in the this one during the explaining about antibiotics. I told you narrow spectrum and broad spectrum. Similarly, these are narrow spectrum. As they are species specific, they will be effective only against a particular species, that is called species specific, and also narrow spectrum. If they are effective against various types of organisms, it is called as a broad spectrum, but here it is narrow spectrum and have insecticidal property, which means they can able to kill the insects. And very importantly, there is no side effect or there is no negative impact on plants, animals, mammals, birds or non-target insects. If this baculovirus is fighting against one particular species of insect, it will be effective only against that insect only. It cannot able to kill or it cannot cause any harm to the plant. The plant or animal or mammals are non-target insects. It is always species specific. As it is species specific, the beneficial insects can be conserved. It is very interesting to know this. So they can able to kill the organisms, but it is species specific, narrow spectrum and insecticidal property, but no negative impact on other organisms. That's why the other beneficial organisms or beneficial insects can be protected. And even these baculoviruses are also used against the potato beetles, aphids and corn borers. In a potato plant, we can see potato beetles, aphids are commonly available, insects which are present on some other plants, and corn borers are commonly seen in maize. So all these can be controlled with the help of baculoviruses. And there is one more organism, entomopox virus. Yeah, this entomopox virus, it is used to control the grasshopper. So grasshoppers can be controlled by a virus called as entomopox virus. And this one, the baculoviruses play an important role in IPM. IPM, it is integrated pest management. Integrated pest management. So here I told you while explaining about the biocontrol agents, we are not completely eliminating the organisms, we are keeping them at manageable levels. So these baculoviruses, due to all these properties, they play an important role in integrated pest management. See, the name only says pest management. We are keeping them at manageable levels but not completely eradicating them. That's why these baculoviruses are an important component of integrated pest management. So IPM stands for integrated pest management. Now we'll discuss what are the advantages of baculoviruses are integrated pest management. So the first advantage is that these are excellent organisms because they are species specific, narrow spectrum and have insecticidal property. That is one best advantage. And next advantage, there is no negative impact on plants, animals, mammals, birds and non-target insects. That is second advantage. And third advantage is that they are very beneficial, and these beneficial insects. So as they are species specific, the beneficial insects are conserved. That is another advantage, and it plays an important role in integrated pest management in the ecological sensitive areas. So where the number of species are very less, in such areas the baculoviruses are very important, and they at that region they are the part of the integrated pest management. So this completes about the bioinsecticides, and this completes the topic microbes as biocontrol agents. So here what is very important, you should know what are bioinsecticides. The best example is Bacillus thuringiensis. It produces toxins called as endotoxins, and these are effective to kill the larvae belonging to three orders: Lepidoptera, Diptera and Coleoptera. And here the fungal species are Trichoderma. So Trichoderma, by using Trichoderma, many number of crop plants are protected. And later baculoviruses, they are the pathogenic viruses which are used to kill many insects and other arthropods. They belonging to the genus Nucleopolyhedrovirus. These are excellent organisms because of these properties, and the advantages are very important. This entomopox virus is also used to control the grasshopper, and it plays a very important role in integrated pest management. That completes the topic microbes as biocontrol agents. Now we'll discuss few objective questions related to the topic. See, first question, which is a microbial insecticide? Option A, Bacillus thuringiensis. Option B, Bacillus subtilis. Option C, Bacillus polymixa. Option D, Bacillus brevis. You know, we are using microbial insecticide, that is Bacillus thuringiensis. So option A is correct. Second question, IPM involves option A, biological control. Option B, pesticides. Option C, confusion technique. Option D, biofertilizers. So IPM involves biological control. It is biological control. Option A. And third one, IPM stands for option A, international population management. Option B, integrated pest management. Option C, international plant management. Option D, integrated plant management. You know, option B, integrated pest management. IPM stands for integrated pest management. And next question, insecticides obtained from neem plant is. So from the neem plant, certain insecticides are obtained. See option A, pyrethrin. Option B, pyrethroid. Option C, trichocarbamate. Option D, azadirachtin. So here the insecticide obtained from neem is azadirachtin, because if you know the scientific name of neem, it is Azadirachtia indica. That's why The insecticides obtained from the plant, they have named it as azadirachtin. And next question, Bt can kill the insects larvae belonging to option A Lepidoptera, option B Diptera, option C Coleoptera, and option D all. You know they will kill the larvae of all these three. So option D is correct. So these are few objective questions related to the topic. In the next class, we will start up with the new topic, that is biofertilizers, that we will discuss in the next class.